Following a 7-3 campaign a year ago, expectations are high for the Storm football team in 2019. We get together with head coach Matt Jeter to preview the 2019 season and the Week 1 opponent Bethel, this time on Storm Football Weekly. We're joined now by head football coach Matt Jeter. Coach, an exciting time of year, it always is, ready to start up the season again. Had a long off season, a long camp. How excited are you to get things rolling here in 2019?
Yeah, we're fired up. Just looking forward to playing somebody in a different color jersey right now. So had a long camp, 2 weeks camps, and the last week we've been all focused on Bethel and getting ready for those guys. So we're looking forward to going up there on Saturday at 1 o'clock and playing another team.
Season essentially starts a week later this year, kind of how the calendar worked out. Did that play a factor in your camp preparation or your game week preparation at all?
Yeah, no, it did not really. We just we had that week before school started, and then we used that second week. That first week of school was still part of our camp week, and then the following week after Labor Day, we was able to get into Bethel. So everything kind of worked out to the T.
All right. A lot of anticipation for this season, I think. Going 7-3 a year ago, we're in the running for an American Rivers Conference championship towards the end of the year. Bring a lot of guys back, a lot of starters on both sides of the ball. Let's just start offensively. We've got a returning all-conference guy, your quarterback, Tanner Krieger. He's also got some weapons around him.
Yes,
How excited are you about that offense?
Yeah, I think anytime you bring the quarterback back, senior quarterback, also a captain for us, I think you're excited as a head football coach, so I'm fired up for him to be the starter and going into this season here. And like you said, he has a lot of weapons behind him. You know, Sam Bartlett, Joe McNally, Austin Bell, great offensive line. Then we got running back by committee right now with Joe Meyer, Noah Bruckner, and Desmond Alexander. So we got a lot of pieces to the puzzle right now on offense, and it's all going to start with Tanner Krieger at our quarterback position.
Tell me a little more about those running backs. You had a guy in Cam Bunting a year ago who led the league in rushing, so there's obviously some big shoes to fill there. Meyer's a guy who's been in the program for a couple years. He's gotten some action the last couple years, be a junior this year. Then you got a couple of new guys that are going to factor in as well. Tell me about those guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward. Joe Meyer, again, all-state running back out of Cedar Rapids Prairie, so we're looking forward to him having a solid year for us. And I think he could do the same and complement our running game just the same this year and bring that same fire that maybe Cam Bunting had last year. Then Noah Bruckner brings something different to the table, and so does Desmond Alexander. So all different type of running backs, but I think all three will play, but we'll see how that unfolds on Saturday.
Then on the defensive side of the ball, you got a loaded defense with 4 returning all-conference guys. You got all-conference guys at each level, going from safeties to linebackers to your D-line. Most notably, returning defensive MVP in the league last year, Michael Connor. You got to be happy bringing a guy like that back.
Yeah, I'm fired up. I think the expectations of the defense ever since I started here in 2016 has continued to rise each year, and now those guys, man, they feel that they're the best defense in the league, and they want to go out and improve it. And I was always told by my mentor that you got to be strong up the middle. And like you said, we're strong up at the core, the defensive line, linebacker core, and then with our safeties with Brendan Holmes anchoring that. So I feel real confident with those guys.
And Holmes, obviously, preseason All-American as well, so a lot of accolades from those guys coming into this year. You'll have a different guy calling plays on the defensive side of the ball, though, this year, along with some new coaches. Why don't you introduce us to the new members of the coaching staff?
Yeah, we brought in Dan Kelly, offensive line coach, also recruiting coordinator for us. Done a fabulous job for us this year, so really looking for offensive line is probably collectively playing the best since I've been here, so I'm really fired up for Dan Kelly. Then we brought in Brandon Tovey. He's an alum here. He's going to work with the special teams, so fired up for him. And then George Love is working the secondary and also defensive coordinator. I'm calling the defense this year, though, as the play caller with the hopes of grooming him and down the road to be the defensive coordinator.
So kind of dusting off the old playbook for you. How do you feel about moving back into that role?
It's like riding a bike, man. I feel good.
Let's talk about your Week 1 opponent, Bethel. This is a team that made a deep run in the playoffs a year ago, went 11-2. They bring back some guys on both sides of the ball. Opened the season last year with them right behind us, and they kind of took it to you guys a little bit in that opener. So you've got a challenging contest on the road. What do you see out of the Royals?
Yeah, they're a solid football program, and you look at the history of that team. I mean, they've always done a good job. And then like you said, they made a deep playoff run last year, went 11-2. But they pride themselves in trying to be a physical team, pound and ground team. You know, we won't see a team like that in our league. They're going to come out with 2 backs, I-Pro, 21 personnel, nobody in our league runs that, so it's a different game for us. So we got to come with our hard hat on and be ready to play. You look back to last year, and we were up until the end of the third quarter. We were ahead at 22-21 with the opportunity to go ahead again after interception got called back for our offsides penalty. So our guys, I feel confident, are going up there this Saturday to play a tough Bethel team and right out the back see where we are as a program. And our guys are fired up. They're excited for the opportunity, and I think we want to play the best in the country, not just in the American Rivers Conference, but the best in the country. So why not start out with number 10 Bethel?
Well, Coach, you're going into your fourth season now. A little belated congratulations on winning American Rivers Conference Coach of the Year honors a year ago. Kind of take us just briefly on your journey from your first year in 2016 to fast forwarding to last year's 7-3 season, and what are your expectations for the program moving forward?
Yeah, we want to continue to create a culture of excellence here, and we want to be able to compete for championships, not just in the American Rivers Conference, but in national championships. And I think that's what our kids expect, and that's why we're playing these top 10 programs in the country, and that's why they want to come here and play. I think right now we've totally flipped the script from 2016 to 2019 as far as the program's concerned, and I think that has a lot to do with a couple of factors with how we recruit, our strength and conditioning program, and how we were doing the workout room now, and just having some continuity. We lost some coaches, you said earlier, but we still have continuity with our coordinators, which I think is important to continue to grow as a football program. So, our theme for this year is earn it. You mentioned we were a few seconds away from winning the American Rivers Conference last year in 2018. Let's go out here and earn one this year.
All right, got to earn one on Saturday, first things first.
That's right.
All right, opening up with Bethel on Saturday. It'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff in Arden Hills. If you can't make the trip up to the Twin Cities, you can listen to the game on KNA, KRLS, where Andrew Swadner and Rick Wilson will have the call.